Hello and welcome to the Creatively Geeky Show. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. I'm joined by my normal compatriots, Ray and Kris. How are y'all doing?
We're doing all right.
Very vacation mode. So
Some of us are in a saucy mood.
Nice. Well, this is our what we've been working on episode, our kind of catch-up episode that way. I say catch-up episode, but technically they're both that. One, we're catching up on what we've been working on. The other one, we're catching up on what we've been, reading and talking about, or, listening to and stuff. So, well, with that said, would anyone like to go first?
I'm pretty sure mine's pretty quick. So,
all right. You had one thing. Complete your course.
That fucking thing is done.
Woohoo! Nice.
I do not have my final mark.
Okay.
As somebody in my group hasn't done the peer review, which was due on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So the teacher now has to wait until this coming Sunday to give them a 0 and then give the final marks out.
But it's really, really difficult to feel bad for him because you started it. All of his individual stuff, mm-hmm. He has a 99.9 in that class.
No.
99.67.
99.
Oh my God.
So that's just his contribution. Even if he gets 0 on this peer review, even if he gets nothing on this, he still gets a 90. So nice. It's a teensy bit hard to feel bad for this guy. And he's done a lot of work, and I'm very proud of him. But we're very glad it's done, though.
Very happy it's done. Yes.
Yeah.
I did actually get some other stuff done, though.
Oh, what else did you get done?
I will go grab it. Hang on a second.
Okay.
So I went and bought somebody something.
See, I actually thought ahead and knew I was going to have props for tonight, so I have them sitting out here because normally it's flipped. Normally, like Ray will have the stuff already there, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, worked on." Hold on, and I have to like roll the chair back, grab something off my shelf from behind me. Oh, what is this?
It's a 3D puzzle.
Nice.
That I bought Kris for her to do, thinking it was instructions. Nope.
So I can't. I don't like puzzles. I have Hogwarts and the Diagon Alley and the Hogwarts Express all put together, but it was essentially like Lego. Mm-hmm. So all the instructions are there. All I have to do is pop out. It's like really thick cardstock and put it all together. So bless him, he thought that that's what he got me. Except It's his 3D puzzle, and as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, if this doesn't come with instruction, babe, this is all you. You bought yourself something. I appreciate the sentiment, but this will not be done enough if I try. So he did it, and he got all that done in like an evening.
Yeah, I just have to do the roof. That's
okay.
I'm like, this will not be done by me because I will throw it out of frustration. I just can't. I don't know what's with my brain. It won't compute with stuff like that. So that's why he got that build.
Yeah. Well, so like, how did you know where everything went? Was there pictures? Were there instructions? Or
no, it's just a puzzle.
It's just a puzzle.
So it would literally just only fit a certain way, huh?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. The edges are easy because they're you can tell where the edges are meant to meet the corners. Mm-hmm. So you kind of just puzzle it together like a regular puzzle.
Yeah, he makes it sound real easy. I wouldn't have been able to do that.
and then the only time that the time that you have to look at the picture is knowing which side connects to which side.
Okay.
And that way, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a Weasley building and another one. I can't remember
which one it is, but yeah.
Right now, but
so yeah. So I got that done.
Nice.
And then the other thing that I got done that I was pretty happy with is the road trip is all planned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And booked.
Yeah.
And we're ready to go next week. And so there's been some research done in that as well, and I always love research. So there's a friend of mine, there's a coworker. She's heading to Disney World on Sunday. They land on Sunday. And anyway, so her and I have been chatting about Florida and stuff like that. She's itching to go too because she's on vacation mode now already too. As you know, as you approach your vacation, you're like, I really don't give a shit what do you think because I'm going to be gone here.
Yep, absolutely.
So yeah, the course itself, I'm happy it's over. It's we'll see what the next steps are, but that's where I'm at.
Good deal. Well, Kris, do you want me to go next? Do you want to go next?
I can go next. I'm pretty sure I can say I've gotten into the things I need to get done.
All right, let's see here.
Friends.
You had paint glow in the dark in Quinn's room.
Nope.
And start basement organization.
Nope.
Okay, fair enough.
But
well,
you're working on it.
Apparently, I have a very squirrel-like attention, and decided what I wanted to do with this blanket I'm making for my niece, and I get like hyper fixated on it, and I have to do it because I won't be able to stop thinking about it, and it's distracting. So I'm almost done. I had to buy more yarn for it, but it arrived today, so I'm almost done. And so I've been doing that. I've been patching holes in our dining room that I have to just sand and then paint because we move stuff around. And then what else did I do instead? I'm just trying to think of all the things I did while I was supposed to be doing the basement and other things.
So small projects.
Pardon?
Small projects then.
Small projects. I'm trying to think. It's so funny, you fill your days, and then when somebody asks, "What did you do?" and you're like, "I did things."
Life.
I can't specifically remember anything, but I did them.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah. So a lot of it gets. I want to do a lot. That's the other thing is I want to do so much, but a lot of it hinges on this guy over here, and he's been a little distracted. So now he's not distracted anymore. When we get back.
There we go.
When we get back. Oh, I know. I'm aware. There are limits. When we get back, there's a lot of that stuff will get done. But yeah, I've just been sort of in hibernating mode almost.
Yep.
Just sort of relaxing and resting.
You've still been doing a walk a day, which is...
My walk. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and books. I've been listening to podcasts.
Nice.
I didn't get that hype other than ours. I'm like, it's fine. Now I have like 2 of them that I love listening and doing that.
Save that for the next episode, though.
Yeah, and then I will. And then I've been writing. So
that's good.
I'm more than halfway through my first draft.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm more than halfway through my first draft. I have it all plotted out, and I have the second book plotted out, and then I was going through Pinterest, as one does, and I saw a little story prompt, and I'm like, uh-oh, I had to write that down, and then I fleshed out some characters for the next one. I'll run it by you when we're done.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I've been doing that instead. It's easy to get distracted from me because nobody around here keeps me honest. Nobody asks me how any of it's going, so I can run amok. If I want to, because nobody says anything.
You make it seem like you're the one running around punching holes in the walls and stuff, and instead you're actually fixing them. So, no, wait a minute, I'm getting a head shake here.
I do both.
Okay, fair enough.
I do both.
The holes in the wall are
from me.
her.
Are from me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put new holes in the wall. So.
And we wanted to move. Well, she wanted to move things, so
yeah,
we did, and had to put more holes in the wall.
Sometimes I'm like, don't look. I'll patch it. Don't just walk away.
Nice. That's funny.
What'd you do? I want to see these props.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see here. So on my to-do list, I had finished Proton Pack redo.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my defense, some work has been made. I have, I think, finally finished and finalized the electronics for the most part. There's still one part that's still a little squirrely. It's the vibrator part. It still wants to pull too much power. I don't know if I'm just going to have to buy a third freaking battery and just do it that way, or if I'm going to have to. I'm hoping that whenever I wire everything in this thing, I'm just gonna I'm gonna separate all of the wires and just wrap them in duct tape all the way down so that it can't pull it can't even remotely talk to anything else power wise, and hopefully that will take care of the situation. But anyway, so I have made some movement on that. In fact, I just ordered last night the last parts that I need to figure out the pop mechanism on it, so that you pull back the lever and the tip pops out for it to fire. So whenever I get that in, I can figure that out, and then I'll literally be to the point. It's like, all right, well, it's time to sand it and paint it, and then start getting it together. So I probably have another month or so left of that, just depending on how everything else that's going on. But I am making some movement on that. Move boys to their own room. That is done. The only thing left is we still want to do a little artwork for them. We just haven't done it yet. Pardon me, but yeah, we got the Chrissy left for the weekend, and I volunteered. This was during our spring break. I volunteered to do the brunt of the work, getting them separated, mainly because I can go to bed at night with the house looking like a disaster, and she can't. So yeah, it's just like, hey, yeah, the living room's full of a bunch of crap. Oh, deal with it tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got both of the boys separated. I had to paint one of the rooms. Well, I didn't have to, but we no longer have the paint that we can really match in that room. So I went ahead and painted it the gray that we're putting throughout the rest of the house. So I got that done. Got their furniture put together, got everything wired and set up, got shelves put up and everything. Like I said, there's a little bit of artwork we're wanting to do. We just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, just because we've had some big purchases come up here and there, and just like, well, we'll get it next month. They're not, beating down our door. Hey mom, I want to get this finished. So they're fine like it is. I think they'll be even happier when we get it done, but we'll get it there. So, but for the most part, yes, the rooms are done. I have also managed to get a few other little things done. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I started on one thing and it just kind of started dominoing into a bunch of other stuff. So I don't have it here to show because it's kind of large, but I had taken a large 10-gallon plastic container like you would get from like Lowe's or whatever, like a big bucket that has a lid, and their buckets are blue. Well, I had looked up, it's like, well, if you sand it and prime it and then paint it, the paint will stick. Well, I was doing it as a way to house my 8-foot tall Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that blows up when I take him to events. And I wanted to do it kind of like a trap or whatever. And I did it, and it looked okay, but the paint started flaking off of it because of the way that the lid would come off and everything. And so I was walking around Lowe's, and I found a black container with a yellow top, and I was like, that actually looks like that would do really well. So I ended up buying one and put the caution tape on it and the sticker and everything. So now Stay Puft has a new carrying case that looks reminiscent of a trap. So
Nice.
so I got that done. That's something I've been wanting to do. Oh yeah, so along with cleaning out the boys' rooms and organizing all that stuff, I spent several nights not going to bed until 2 a.m. because when Christy did come back, she was like, well, we've got to organize their stuff, and she started cleaning out stuff. And I've been married for 20 years. I know when stuff like this starts happening, certain things can activate, and it activated. So it's like, you know what? Let's go ahead and clean out the pantry. We're just going to go and do that. So at 2 o'clock, we're finishing throwing out stuff in the pantry and everything else. But anyway, so I was like, well, I wanted to do the same thing for my office. So I finally got it done. If you watch the video version, you'll probably notice the stuff behind me is kind of reorganized. Looks a little bit better. It's getting kind of rough there. I had a bunch of stuff kind of stacked up. But anyway, as I was going through, I found something I quite frankly forgot I had. I found my iPod video. It's the iPod 5th generation. So when I do these events, I have these Bluetooth speakers that will actually talk to each other. And originally I was just running it off of my phone. The problem with that is while we were at these events, if I walked off, then it would lose communication. So I was like, all right, well, let's see if I can find an old, iPod or something that I can buy. Well, people wanted a crap ton of money for them still, more than I was willing to pay. And I was just like, well, so I bought this cheap little MP3 player off of Amazon, and it works okay. It's just the interface on it is not good. It's not really easy to transfer music to it and to create playlists. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. And so anyway, when I found this iPod video, I actually had to buy a 30-pin connector. If y'all remember what the 30-pin connectors look like. Yeah, because I had gotten rid of all mine. So anyway, I bought a 30-pin connector, plugged it in, and unfortunately the battery wasn't holding. So I was like, well, what am I going to do now? So I look it up, and iFixit sells an entire kit, including the tools. And I'll be honest with you, if you go to do this update, you really don't need the tools. Like, I already had all those tools, but there were a couple of little shims and stuff in there that would have been, I thought, well, I want to make sure I have everything, and it was only $5 more, so I went and bought it. But anyway, so I got the battery in the other day, took it apart, put the new battery in. Let's see here. Yeah, it's on hold. Oh, it's got to boot up here. You know, you forget how sometimes these things work or whatever. So, and there she goes.
Oh, wow.
It's working. So, what's funny is I gave it to Nick last night to kind of mess around with, and he started figuring out the interface okay. I had to finally point out, the center button clicks, and you scroll around. You can't just like swipe. But anyway, yeah. So I've got a little $20 Bluetooth adapter that'll go in the bottom of it, and this is what I'm going to run my. I miss that sound. Anyway, this is what I'm going to run my sound off of, for my events now. So that's fun. Something else, I was like, man, my resin printer's been sitting over there a while. I really need to clean it out. And I thought, no, it's got black resin in it. That I need to print something in black resin so I can kind of finish that out. So I did finally print my stand. It's kind of hard to see with the light here.
There you go.
But it's got a Ghostbusters logo in it. This is the stand that I designed for my selfie series Ghostbuster character. And he stands okay already, but I wanted to stand, just to make sure he stays upright like he's supposed to. Plus, I thought it'd be kind of cool. So I was like, all right, well, I've got it printed. I need to tape it off. I need to paint it. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be bringing out all the paint stuff, what else do I need to go ahead and do? So clean out the resin, put in the clear resin, and I have already reprinted my. Let's see here. A little better here. My death whistle.
Yeah.
My previous death whistle is still on my suit up there. It's painted. It looks great. Looks fantastic actually still, but it doesn't work because unfortunately I was at an event and I dropped it, and the little echo chamber in the center of it broke, and so you can hear it rolling around on the inside. So when you blow into it, it's just like that's it. There's nothing that comes out. And I really wanted a working death whistle again. So I've reprinted it, and the jaws are actually over there right now. They just finished their bath. When we're done with the show, I will take them out and put the UV light to them to get them cured, and then maybe this weekend we'll see. I'll try to start painting them. So I was trying to get all, I was like, well, if I'm gonna get all the paint stuff out, I might as well do it all at once, get it all going. So, because I'm gonna bring out the airbrush and do it the right way. So, but yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Like it was just one of those things. It's just kind of all of a sudden I started knocking out several little small things here and there, and I don't know about y'all. I don't know if something has changed in me. I don't know if something's just changed with the world, whatever. But it seems like I just don't have so much time in the evenings anymore, and so I've really had to adjust my expectations of what I can get done.
Yeah.
And I've definitely been more lenient on myself. So like it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to get this done, and if it doesn't get done, I'm like, all right, well, we push it to tomorrow night.
Yeah,
try to get it done then. So
yeah.
But yeah, it just all like I don't know. It just seems like the last month or so, it's just been that way. I just cannot seem to get anywhere near as much stuff as I want to get done. So I'm like, am I just moving slower? Like, I don't know what it is.
You're being more intentional.
Yes, more intentional.
Yeah, let's go with that. So
that works.
But yeah, so I've like, okay, well, just break things down into smaller things. Make sure, just try to get it done if you can. If you don't get it done, just don't beat yourself up about it. I think that's the biggest thing is I'm not beating myself up over, well, I didn't get this done. I didn't get this done. I do still kind of let myself down from time to time, but like even with the boys' rooms, I laid out a rough schedule as to everything I wanted to get done. Now, at the end of the week, I was still a little annoyed with myself because I hadn't gotten my office organized, but in its place, we got a bunch of other stuff done.
Yeah.
So I had to look at it as, well, I didn't get everything done I wanted to get done, but I also managed to get a bunch of other stuff done that, wasn't necessarily on the list. But as for my time schedule, I was very proud with. I was like, all right, well, today I'm going to get painting done. And that's it. I'm not even going to remotely think I'm going to get the next day. I'm not going to try to put any furniture together, nothing. And I had it planned out pretty good those first several days, actually. I was pretty proud of myself. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I find that's the hardest thing is just to give yourself grace and give yourself permission to be like, nope, it's good enough. I don't have to push myself because who am I pushing myself for?
Yeah, that's
You know? Like, what's the point of all of this if I'm miserable about it? And this is supposed to be the thing that you do to decompress from your regular life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome that you're giving yourself grace.
Nice.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No, it's not, especially when you've been pushing yourself, so hard. Like we talked about last time, me going to meet Peter Cullen, like it does still pop in the back of my brain here and there, like, oh, I could make matrices again. No, I'm good. I've actually got a few of them I can put up for sale here. I sent the one off to. Oh, this was a pain in the butt. So earlier this week, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and send the one to Ghostbusters News. Now the guy Jason who runs Ghostbusters News lives in Canada, so I already knew it was going to be a little bit of money to get it shipped up there, but it is what it is. So I had everything packed, everything ready. I sat down, I went to go pay for it, and like the site kind of like did something weird. So I clicked it again, did something weird again. I was like, well, screw it, fine, I'll just use my PayPal account. So I did that, and finally got it to go through. Printed out the label or whatever, and got it in the mail. Well, I got to looking at my bank stuff earlier this week, and it charged me 3 times.
Oh.
If it had been $15, like if I was shipping it within the continental U.S., whatever.
Yeah.
It was $60 3 times, and I'm just like, oh hell no, I need my money back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, luckily, it looks like it's going to be much easier to get a refund on that through the United States Postal Service than it was to get the money back on the insured items that they drop kicked from state to state. So, but anyway, so I'm halfway excited. I'm waiting for him to get it, and open it because I specifically did a sheet on the paper on the top of it that says read this first before opening any further.
Yeah.
I kind of give a brief explanation. Then I'm like, all right, go ahead. And then at that point, he can open it up and see what it is. And the thing is he said he's not a Transformer. He's not really a Transformers fan.
Mm-hmm.
His brother was more so. And I'm just like, this is for your collection. Hopefully your brother won't be too jealous when you add it to your collection or whatever. And then I explained what it was and everything else. And I'm like, here are instructions or whatever. Here's why I made it and blah, blah, blah. I also sent him a patch and a business card from the Austin Ghostbusters. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see him doing a fan mail Friday that he does with it in there. So I think it'll be fun. So,
Cool.
But anyway, I've gotten that one done. Not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, I've got just a kind of a get together with. I don't know. I guess it is. It is this weekend. This weekend, I've got to get together with some of the other Ghostbusters. We're just going to get together and just hang out, like not actually doing an event, just hanging out, just chit chatting. And one of the guys bought one from me, so I'm giving him one. And it's like, I mess with them from time to time, so it kind of enters them in my brain again. But then, as much as I'd like to get the money for them, I'm like, no, I have no interest in remaking these things at this point. I'm cool. I'm done. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Knowing when it's like, no, I did it. I'm good.
Yeah, been there, done that. I'm good.
Yeah.
So it is nice to know that if I did decide to get back into it, it sounds like there would definitely still be a desire for them. I could still sell them. So
that's nice to know. Yeah.
All right. Well, should we go ahead and move on to our the things that we're looking to get done for next time?
Sure.
So this will be June.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I always have to think. Yeah, I have to stop and think about that myself. I'm like, it's 2 months from now. Like, so did I put enough stuff on there? But yeah. So, all right, Ray. What would you like to try to get done for next time?
Okay, so what I'd like to get at least started is the shop. So I want to get that going. Um, so at least by June, probably mid-June is my guess.
Yeah.
So at least the cleanup portion completed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be my goal because there's a lot of stuff that needs to get taken out of there.
Okay. So what are you talking about? Are you talking about like throwing out stuff that's down there, organize like
You name it, it's all got to be. So pretty much everything that's in that shop right now needs to be taken out.
mm-hmm.
Then I have to
And
build and gone through, and then so yeah, maybe June's a little too ambitious. Anyway, so and then when I put it back, I have to build it. I have to build certain things, and I have to get in certain storage things built into the shop in order to put it back properly. So
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a summer project, but I'd like to at least get that going.
Okay.
Well on its way into the cleaning stage and organization stage by June. I think that's fair.
I think that's a good.
Are you subscribed to Tested on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Adam Savage has been doing a lot of shop update stuff for himself here recently. And it's funny, sometimes he questions, he's like, sometimes I wonder why I do this, but I get a lot of feedback and people are like, no, I like you're not doing something like super inspirational. It's not like you're making a prop from this new movie or whatever. You're literally just rebuilding your shelving for your, the storage of your,
Yep.
nuts and bolts and stuff. But it's like, yeah, that's something I wouldn't have thought about. Like one of the last ones he just recently did was, he has this large wall shelf thing that's full of different screws and nuts and stuff, bolts. A lot of it's bolts. And he's like, the things I most commonly use are these certain types of screws and nuts, and they're on the bottom. And he goes, and I've got stuff stacked in front of it. And so anytime I have to go do it, I have to move 3 different things, and then I have to get down on like my hands and knees and find it. And he goes, why am I doing this to myself? Why don't I just take? I think he did the entire video without any cuts in 40 minutes, and literally shifted everything down. Took the time to paint a rectangle around the section that he most commonly uses, just so it stands out, and put everything back in. He's like, I can't tell you how much better this has already made my life, and I haven't even used it yet.
Yeah.
So
So I'll definitely have to look those things up and check those out because I want it to be a very usable space where basically anybody coming in will kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right, but more importantly, it's set
For
up
me.
for
Yes.
you need things to be
Yes,
organized.
yes.
Yeah, so
Things-
it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else but you.
No, but everything will be visually in front of you. You'll be able to see where everything is because that's something. If I put it away, it's gone.
It disappeared. It evaporated.
It's gone. I need open shelving. I need clear storage. I need.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't have it, so I'm gonna go buy more, and then find it 3 months later. Fuck, I have all this shit. So.
Yep. I would have to make sure it was organized in a way that I could remember where it is. That's my biggest thing. Because I'll be like, I know I have this. I know I have this thing that I need. Where the hell is it? And I have a vague idea of where it is. It either is or lived at one point.
Yeah.
Because that's always fun, going here and go, oh yeah, it's here. No, previous me decided it didn't live here anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Remember I moved? Yeah, moved it. I don't remember where I moved it to.
yeah.
So I will remember where I put it. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be mine. If there's a lot of rain days in between now and then, a side thing that I'd like to do is at least get the. Sorry? No, not on raining days. You're cute.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, I'd like to get some more. I have a painting that I'd like to get more of the acrylic background done. So. Should
I put down rainy day painting ?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because we're in springtime now, and the weather here is either fuck you or it's gorgeous, one or the other. There is no in between.
Yeah.
Making sure I put a question mark. So, of course, we'll read this next time. You're like, rainy day. I was going to do a painting of rainy days.
I don't know what that is.
May have to go back and, I'm going to make a note for myself. Re-listen to episode. So, we'll see if future Eugene does that. It's funny. I had a conversation. So I've had a conversation with one of the Ghostbusters. He's kind of second in command, Travis, and we somehow or another we got on the topic of leaving notes for ourselves in the future. And I was like, yeah, I said I used to do that all the time, specifically with Christmas lights, because I would leave myself a note, dear future Eugene. These strands are burned out. You need to go buy this and replacement, or I've already replaced this. Try to help myself. I said 1 year though, I was just done. And I just literally wrote a note and it was like, dear future Eugene, I didn't do shit. It's all on you.
Sorry.
Bye. And I'm just like, that bastard. Oh, and Travis was like, oh my God, I do the same thing, with things like that, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because then I found this, it was a reel or a TikTok or whatever and sent it to him. And it's that scene of Homer. He runs into his office and he's like, all right, remember your training. And he opens a book. It's like emergency procedures. And he opens it up and it's carved out. And there's just a note that says, dear Homer, I ate the emergency donut. Sorry. Past Homer. And he's, bastard, that guy's always one step ahead of me. And I thought of that and I had to send it to him. But yeah, so the one thing I will throw in there just as a recommendation, I would check out some of Adam Savage's videos.
Yeah.
Mainly because just remember it's never done.
Oh yeah. No.
So just keep in mind if this isn't exactly what you want, it's fine. Move on to the next thing. You can always come back and make it better. And sometimes, that's one of the things I love watching about him. He's like, I designed this and it made total sense when I designed it. And then when I started using it, I was like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to those moments where it's like, shit, if I redo this, I would just totally redo the whole thing. Yeah. But it's the only way you learn, and it's the only way.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, like the thing that I designed for my soldering station, I specifically went with 220 millimeter fans instead of 4 roughly 80 millimeter fans.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that is because generally 120 millimeter fans move more air, but they do it slower.
Yeah.
And so while I'm soldering, it will pull the smoke away. Just doesn't do it as fast as I'd like it to. And I'm just like, shit, if I would redone this, I would have picked smaller fans. It would have been louder, but it would have pulled a lot more of that smoke away from me. I also would not have made it as large as I did because some of the arms I never use. They are literally too far away for them to really grab onto what I need them to grab onto. So, but no, totally get you on that one. So, well, Kris, do you want to go next? Do you want me to go next?
Sure, I can go.
All right. What would you like to work on?
Well, this to be done.
Blanket to be complete.
Blanket to be complete because I'm trying a new border. And I have to find the pin and the instructional video. Hopefully it's a video to do that. So hopefully I'll have done that. I want to get more of my story done. And I have to do a bunch of gardening. I got one of the grocery stores here has a garden center during the gardening months. It's only like 2, maybe 3 months it's open, but they have cedar mulch, natural cedar mulch, and it's cheap and I like it. And I got to buy a shit ton of it because it goes quick. So when we get back, I am buying just bags and bags of it. And I have to get that all spread out.
No.
Yeah. It's like $3 a bag.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be more this year because of inflation.
Yeah. $8 a bag. Yeah.
God, I hope not.
So I have to get that done. And I want to get that done because last year I had laid down cardboard over parts of the grass where I wanted to kill it. Don't use plastic, people, because that just kills all the bacteria. Now you have dead soil. So you want to do cardboard because it smothers but keeps that important bacteria intact.
Did not know that.
That's the more you know. because you want healthy soil. And so that's got to get, there's stupid little patches of lawn everywhere. And I'm just like, this is stupid. I don't know if I can cut it because I cut the lawn. And yeah, so I'm going to plant some perennials and make it kind of look pretty because I don't really know how to garden. I have like thoughts and ideas, but putting it into practice is like way different. Thank you. I would like to do that.
That's quite a bit, actually. I mean, finish the blanket, work more on your story, and then gardening.
Yes.
I'd keep it there.
You keep it there? Am I getting a little ahead of am I pulling a you?
You might be.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you are going on vacation, and
next week.
Kids are going to be wrapping up school.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
so
by mid-June they will be.
And then we're preparing for one of them to be gone for the summer too.
Yes,
so
she's going to be gone.
So say there's going to be quite a bit of stuff going on. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you. We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Your turn.
Nice. Let's see here, because I thought ahead. I wrote continue with the proton pack work. I did not put finish because I know me. Well, at least I'm not. I'm like I said, I'm trying to be nice to myself now. So, I mean, yes, it would be fantastic if I could get done with it. But my job has been so crazy. It's like sometimes of the year I have free time and I can get other stuff done. Whether it just be planning stuff or whatever. Other times I literally walk in and work from the time I get there to the time I leave, and it's like, all right, well, I've got a plan for this Ghostbusters event. I literally had enough time to eat lunch, and that was it. So that's got to work. That's gonna be what I'm working on tonight. But anyway, so I'm gonna continue to work on the proton pack. I think I can get the toy stand and the death whistle painted. I don't think that's going to be too hard. Literally, I have to finish I have to cure the jaw over here, and then I'm going to take them out. And whereas the first time I had such a hard time painting the death whistle, the paint just did not want to stick to this resin. This time, I'm going to take it outside and hit it with a sandable primer, so that hopefully that will stick to it. And if that sticks to it, then I'm golden the rest of the time. So I'll be good to go. Anyway, so I'm working on trying to get the death whistle and the thing done. The hardest part of this is just going to be I've got to prime it, I'll paint it black, and then just masking off the areas for the white and the red for the No Ghost logo. And then the other thing I put on there is between now and then, I'm sure we will probably start getting the pool ready. So that's at least a weekend job, if not, a possibly 2 weekend job, depending on what all happens. Talking about mulch, I'm sure either Christy will be doing it or I'll be helping her do it. But like we always put out fresh mulch on, the yard and stuff. I've already got out fertilizer and bug stuff. I did that this last weekend. I did not want to do it, but I was like, no, it's a nice day. It's overcast. I'll go ahead and do this. So I got that out and started watering and everything. And my yard guy's coming, so hopefully my yard's gonna start filling in. And it's like, well, we gotta start getting ready for summer, which means getting the pool uncovered and set up and ready to go. So, but yeah, that's what I have on there: proton pack, paint, and pool. If I can get all P's. If I can get most of those done, I'll be happy with myself. So
that sounds good.
Nice.
But anyway, well, that is our show for the month, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, Google, Stitcher, wherever it is you watch or listen to the show. You can find it at epicallygeeky.com, where you can find the rest of the shows we do, including the Marginally Geeky Show, Epically Geeky Show, and Sustainably Geeky Show. You can find us kind of on the social medias at Epically Geeky. We don't post too much stuff there. I don't foresee posting too much stuff there. I have a hard enough time keeping up with Ghostbuster stuff. I'll be very honest with you. So, that's something else I got to tell you about after the show here. Anyway, I think I filled in on some of that. But anyway, where can we find you online, Ray?
When I start posting again, probably on the trip, the Reluctant Yeti on Instagram.
Kris?
All the shows you mentioned, although I'm not on Sustainably Geeky as much as I was, but I'm still there sometimes. And on Instagram at Moody Midlife.
And as always, you can follow my individual wacky adventure online at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For everyone on the site, have a good night.